So, like, where would that fit in within the blockchain space? You know, as well as like when Web 3.0 comes out
I kind of
or
think
something.
As humans and society, it's just society. We tend to just kind of evolve society. So I see things will change, but I don't see we're not going to evolve into some super futuristic society because of blockchain. We could, but I think people are just going to be slow. Like how government is so slow to take on, like even when they're dealing with Uber, it seemed like they're pretty slow dealing with Uber and Lyft. I don't know if you guys remember. I think back during the early days of Uber and Lyft, they didn't know how to deal with insurance and these people are driving cars that wasn't an employee of the company. I mean, even today, I think there's
still an issue. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think blockchain will just be an evolving thing. If you're aiming towards, do I think that blockchain will like overthrow a government? I think it will cause government to have to hopefully be better.
No, it's good. Yeah.
I totally hope for it, but I don't.
Suckers.
I think blockchain is ultimately a tool, though. It's a great, fantastic, amazing tool that we've never had, but it's up to people to utilize it.
Was your original question, how is the government gonna crack down on it?
No, not necessarily. I'm just thinking what kind of I guess oversight too will they have over it? You know what I mean? Like the web, like you were talking about, the web right now was built on the infrastructure that the government had made. You know, so what kind of influence would they have, or what kind of, you know, structure would be made in order for them to have some type of influence, I guess, you know, at the same time?
I don't think they would. I don't think blockchain is like genie's out of the bottle once it's built. Like you can't turn it off.
That's awesome. Yeah.
If the government found something that was atrociously just bad for that government, then I think they're just going to tell their citizens, hey guys, this is really bad. We need to not use it. But I think if there's nothing like...
Do you always think they'd find a way to monetize it though? That's what I'm thinking.
So yeah, I would say two things. One is that when you say the government, there's not one the government. You know, we have a federal government, which is probably the closest thing to what you're talking about. But even something like Uber, that was in contrast to taxi licensing laws and employee insurance laws. So those are kind of state things or local things. So there's so many layers of government that there's probably not a coherent thought or strategy in the whole idea of the government. It's this giant beast. Actually, I think I looked up, there's some staggering number of U.S. citizens are employed by some form of the government.
Oh, I'm sure.
Right. Yeah. I forget what the number was, but it was a shockingly large.
Like percentage wise?
Yeah, there's a huge percentage of everybody you know works for the government somehow, right? So, you know, I used to know a guy that worked at the marriage office. Ernie. He used to, so he worked for
Ernie?
He worked for the government, right? Directly. That's not including subcontractors. And if Dan's watching in San Diego, when you know what I'm talking, inside jokes we got. But so that's one caution I would say about trying to predict what the government's going to do is that there's all kinds of different government. The other thing I would say is that our government is motivated by profit. So if you want to guess what's going to happen, just guess what's most profitable.
Yeah, monetizing it somehow. That's why I'm thinking is like they're going to have to want to monetize it somehow. Like, I don't know.
We as citizens are too stupid to vote for smart people. Like, for example, I pay property taxes. Where does it go? Like, what are you paying for with the property taxes? I'm thinking like roads and schools and stuff.
That's what I was thinking.
But I don't really know. Yeah. And then is it spent efficiently? Probably not. Most certainly not.
You can ask your senator.
Right. So and that's just me. So you multiply that times 1 million people who don't know the answer to that question and aren't going to put in the homework to
look it into.
Yeah. Go, hey, look, our money's getting wasted.
Yeah.
Like here in Vegas, there's a freeway that goes around town. Over on the east side, the 515. If you get near Flamingo and Sunset, there's some suspiciously long on-ramps. It's like, why did this on-ramp go over here and then back under the freeway and like an S and it's like a quarter mile later that I'm getting on the freeway. Like, it seems like the normal right turn could have got me on the freeway.
That's just an extra quarter mile for that third gear pull. Like,
so you wind up and and jump into traffic.
Yeah.
Well, so I wonder, is there some contractor who got paid many millions of dollars more to build this Disneyland on-ramp?
Yeah. I mean, they just dumped how much into infrastructure? About $2 to $3 trillion.
Well, I'm okay with it, but I suspect that it's not being spent. So I think we need more auditors.
To look into whatever it is.
Yeah, I think in federal government, there's the General Accounting Office that's supposed to oversight and say, is there money being stolen or wasted? So I think we need more of that because.
And then who audits the auditors afterwards?
Yeah, I would settle for step one.
Yeah, I know, for real.
I'll settle for step one.